The Amazing World of Gumball is one of my favorite animated shows of all time. My favorite Cartoon Network show. The animation styles are impressive, humor is really good, and the characters are pretty likable. It has 240 episodes, well, 260 if you're counting the Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball. And to honor this, I'm going to rank every episode of Gumball. Yeah, like I said, I'm including the Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball, but it's going to be a while till we get to that. Anyways, though, Season 1, it's pretty divisive season. It has some good episodes, some bad episodes, but I think a lot of the episodes are just kind of middle of the road. But the good episodes do make up for some of the mediocre ones. So I'm going to rank every episode from worst to best, and then I'm going to put them in tiers while I rank them from worst to best. So without further ado, let's get started. The Dress is my least favorite episode of this season, and this is at the bottom of most people's Season 1 list, and I totally get it. Like, Darwin falls in love with his own brother. That's just really weird. Richard shrunk Gumball's clothes, and now he has to wear his mom's wedding dress. That's a pretty neat idea. It's just they executed it horribly. There's not really any funny moments in here either. Just a really weird episode in a bad way. F tier. The Laziest is next on my list, and while this one is a bit better than The Dress, it's not by much. I still hate this episode. Richard is one of my favorite characters in the show, but here he's just terrible. Like, Gumball and Darwin challenge Richard to a lazy off, but they realize they can't do it, so they have to get Lazy Larry. And how do they get Larry to go to Lazy Larry? By ruining his life. Perfect. The redeeming quality I'll give this episode, though, is the Sugar Rush song. But other than that, this episode sucks. F tier. The Prank is next, and it is higher quality than the last two, in my opinion, by a lot. But it's still not good. It's just really mean-spirited, in my opinion. And it's just not all that funny. This episode is higher quality since it does have some decent jokes, but other than that, it's just bad. I'll put it in D tier. The Robot is all about Bobber taking over Gumball's life, and it's a neat idea, but everyone in this episode is stupid except for Gumball, and I guess Bobbert too. Anna Yeast believing that Bobbert is Gumball is jarring, because isn't she one of the smartest characters in the show? The ending scene was good. Other than that, though, it's pretty bad, D tier. The Picnic is a pretty stupid episode in my opinion. Miss Simeon clearly said that they weren't allowed to go to the Forest of Doom, and then they went in it anyway. Pretty predictable plot. I do like some of the coloring in this episode, though. It had a couple decent jokes as well. Other than that, though, not much to say, D tier. Next on the list is The Meddler. I wouldn't say this episode is bad, but it's not good either. It definitely is an improvement over the last few episodes, in my opinion. I like the ending scene a lot and has some decent jokes, but it definitely has issues like Gumball abuse. It's just kind of a mid-episode. I'll be putting it in C tier. Next up is The Ape. I used to hate this episode, now I just think it's mid. While there are some good aspects of this episode, there are some bad ones too. The bad ones are that it's not that funny. Like, there wasn't a single joke I laughed at, but the action scenes make up for it. And the good qualities, Miss Simeon got what she deserved at the end.
You can still be friends with us if you like.
I don't really have much strong opinions on the third. I like the idea, though, Gumball and Darwin getting a third friend. I just don't think it was used to its full benefit, but I don't have many strong opinions on this one. I'll give it another C tier. The Depth is the next episode. I'm gonna consider it above average, but it's still in C tier. The ending is pretty good, and I like the ending where Darwin and Anais just accidentally smushed Mr. Robinson. Yeah, it's above average. The Day has really funny jokes, and that's why it's brought up. If it didn't really have funny jokes, I would probably put it at like 32, but there are a bunch of funny scenes in here. The only reason why it's so low is because I don't find it that interesting. High C tier. The wand has some pretty funny moments and is an interesting concept. I love how Richard thinks that all the wishes came true, and the third act is pretty fun. It's just a bit boring. I didn't think it was that funny in my opinion. I mean, it has a couple good gags, but other than that, it's just not that funny. And that's why it's at number 26. It's going in high C tier again. The Genius is our first B tier episode so far. It's pretty funny and I love the scenes where Gumball trains his brain. We find out that Darwin got a perfect score on this test, but Anais filled it in, and then we find out that Rocky took the test all along. It's got some funny scenes, especially the ending.
Oh, and a pepperoni pizza?
Then will you solve the equation?
Yeah. After my pedicure.
The quest has a sweet ending with Anais giving Tina the Daisy Donkey, but Anais still has that donkey like the rest of the seasons. Still a good episode, but it kind of gets overloved. The car is all about Gumball and Darwin wrecking Mr. Robinson's car on accident with a single touch of a sponge. This episode has its humorous moments. It's nothing to write home about, though. I like how each family member had a part in destroying the car. It also reminds me a lot of SpongeBob and Patrick's dynamic, where they annoy Squidward. This episode is Gumball and Darwin annoying Mr. Robinson a lot. Decent episode, B tier. The Goons was just a mediocre episode until that dumb race scene. The dumb race scene was so fun. It kept me entertained the whole way through. This episode is another B tier. I don't have much to say about the Poltergeist. It's just an episode that exists, but it has a fun idea, so I'm giving it some points. Pretty funny too, though. So it's gonna be another B tier. Hopefully we can get to A tier soon. The Secret's a pretty relatable episode, and I did like the ways that Gumball tried to get the secret out of Darwin. Also, I like the game with the rat and the hot dog or whatever. It's not amazing, but this is definitely a good sign of things to come for Season 1. It's a high B tier. The kiss is decent. It's just Gumball trying to get rid of a memory of Granny JoJo's kiss, but this joke had me cracking up for a while.
I carried your suitcase up to your room.
Oh, well, good for you, dear. Now bring it back down. My bus will be here any minute.
Ghost takes 18th place, and this is the introduction to Carrie. I thought this was a pretty good introduction to her character. The plot and stakes make up for it not being that funny. It's a pretty good episode, B tier. The Sock is a pretty fun episode. Gumball and Darwin try not to lie, but then they take honesty too far. It's pretty funny. This episode is probably an A tier for me. There's not a lot of flaws. The Fight is a pretty good season finale for the season. Gumball gets into a fight with Tina Rex, and then Nicole hears about this, so she absolutely beats the heck out of Tina's dad, and then Gumball and Tina reconcile themselves. The fight scene in the middle of the episode was a pretty fun watch. Good episode all around, A tier. The Party is a cool episode. I don't have much to say about it, actually. It has funny jokes, and I do like the premise of it. A house party, but every single person has to bring a date. Good episode. The Pressure has a pretty fun plot of Gumball trying to save Darwin from being kissed by Masami, and they executed it pretty well. I liked a lot of the jokes in here too, especially the ending gag when Banana Joe gets cut by an axe. Pretty good episode. Another A tier. Solid. This was the first episode of the show, and some people might hate me for this, but the DVD isn't in my top 10. Like, it's still a good episode, but it's not really the top 10 feeling. But it's still a really good episode. A tier. The refund is a pretty solid episode. Gumball and Darwin try to get a refund from their game, but Larry doesn't want them to, so they try to force Larry into giving them the refund, and all the ways they do it are pretty creative. A-tier episode, good job, guys. The GI is a pretty cool episode. It barely misses out on the top 10 only because I think the other 10 are more interesting, but it's cool to get to see more of Nicole and Richard's relationship back in the olden days. This episode is fun, also has some funny jokes. Kicking off the top 10, we got The Responsible. This episode just has a lot of good humor. Gumball and Darwin babysit Anais, but Anais is smarter than them. That's a really fun concept, and they execute it well here. It's just really funny. That's really my biggest pro with this episode. Also, it's the second episode of the series, fun fact. S tier. The Club is a really good episode. It's all about the family going to school on Saturday for their clubs, but Gumball isn't even in a club, so he tries to find one. He's joined in the Rejects Club, but he sadly rejects them, leading to mishap with them. The clubs really reflect the family's personalities, like anger management with Nicole and so on. This episode is also really funny. It's a good episode. You should watch it. The Curse is next on my list, and I think this is a Gumball torture episode done right. There's actually reasoning behind this. He used all his good luck in one day, so that's why he's having bad luck the next day. And it's also really funny, seeing the ways Gumball is trying to get rid of the curse. Also, the ending scene is really fun too. Good episode. You should go give it a watch. The end is such a funny episode. I love how Gumball and Darwin believe the world is ending in 24 hours. I don't have much to say here. The Painting is another fantastic episode. It really has a good message, and the painting Anais makes is pretty nice. Also, it has a bunch of funny scenes. Here's some of my favorites.
It's when you channel all your rage into a violent vocal release, like this.
Right, boys?
Yes, of course, honey. What did I just agree to?
You gotta get a job.
Well, thank you, Principal Brown. We'll do our best.
Mr. Water.
The Mystery kicks up the top 5, and it's a really fun murder mystery parody. At first I was like, it's Gumball, because it was in his locker, guys. But then I'm like, oh, okay, it wasn't him. Really fun episode. Go check this one out. You won't be disappointed if you're a murder mystery fan. The mustache is such a great concept, and it's executed so well. Gumball and Darwin turn into men after Richard's cereal. Heck yeah! Also, this episode has a lot of good visual gags, and the song is pretty neat too. Go watch it if you haven't seen it yet. You'll have a good time, in my opinion at least. The Microwave is all about Gumball and Darwin microwaving this weird thing, and it becomes alive. They name it Kenneth. And I love how Kenneth evolves from like a small child to a thing destroying the city. They do a lot with the plot, and I appreciate it for that. Not much else to say. It's just a fantastic action episode. The Helmet is such a great episode. It's one of my favorite episodes of Gumball. It still is today. It has moral conflict between the family and how the helmet affects the family. The helmet that Gumball made out of tinfoil. And it's just really fun. Also, the visuals in this episode near the end are really, really good, for Season 1 standards at least. It's a really good episode. And my favorite episode of this season is The Spoon. The Spoon is excellent in every way. Characters act in character, it has a good plot, and it has a good amount of humor. Also, the ending is really good, with the family still celebrating Nicole's birthday even when she's in jail. But then she gets out of jail because they caught the actual robber, who was this fingerprint guy. And then Nicole says,
5 minutes is all I need.
Anyways, guys, that's my Season 1 ranking. Here is the final tier list as shown on screen. I don't know when the Season 2 ranking is going to come out. It's going to come out when I feel like it. It does have 4 more episodes than this season, but we'll have to wait and see when it comes out. Anyways, guys, that's all for this video. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.